And he started using me as a sounding board.
For what?
For just like decisions he was making. Should I join Elon Musk in buying Twitter? Should we do this? Should we do that?
What'd you tell him?
This guy, Michael Lewis, might have just given the dumbest take I've ever heard on Sam Bankman-Fried. A couple insane things he just said. Sam Bankman-Fried, everybody knows, donated millions and millions to Joe Biden's 2020 presidential campaign.
Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Not many people realize, however, that Sam Bankman-Fried was also, at that same time, talking to Donald Trump.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Not many people realize Sam Bankman-Fried almost donated $5 billion to Donald J. Trump. But for an interesting ask, Michael Lewis is documenting the SBF trial. He was just interviewed on 60 Minutes. Check out this revelation on SBF and Trump.
One of the most shocking passages in this book, I thought, came with this revelation that Sam had looked into paying Donald Trump not to run.
That only shocks you if you don't know Sam. Sam's thinking we could pay Donald Trump not to run for president. Like, how much would it take?
Did he get an answer?
So he did get an answer. He was floated. There was a number that was kicking around, and the number that was kicking around when I was talking to Sam about this was $5 billion. Sam was not sure that number came directly from Trump.
Wait. So Sam's looking into paying Trump not to run, and he actually might not have come from Trump himself, but he actually got a price?
He got one answer, yes. The question Sam had was not just is $5 billion enough to pay Trump not to run, but was it legal?
Well, why didn't this happen? Why didn't you follow through?
Well, they were still having these conversations when FTX blew up. So why it didn't happen? He didn't have $5 billion anymore.
See, one comment makes me mad, though. This is just a crazy take. He says, if there hadn't been a run on customer deposits, then FTX could have just continued growing. So in that scenario, they would have just kept stealing customers' funds, and eventually they still would have collapsed, and they would have even destroyed more people.
What's your response to someone who hears this and says, it's a fun story and it's crypto in the Bahamas, but this is the oldest architecture of a financial collapse that's been going on for centuries?
This isn't a Ponzi scheme. Like when you think of a Ponzi scheme, I don't know, Bernie Madoff. The problem is there's no real business there. The dollar coming in is being used to pay the dollar going out. And in this case, they actually had a great real business. If no one had ever cast aspersions on the business, if there hadn't been a run on customer deposits, they'd still be sitting there making tons of money.
So I'm not really sure how with it Michael is. I mean, he's a smart guy, but again, this is what he says SBF's worst fear is. Do you think this is SBF's worst fear?
What do you suspect his biggest fear is if he has to go to prison?
Not having the internet. Now, that sounds crazy, but I do think that if he had the internet, he could survive jail forever. Without having a constant stream of information to react to, I think he may go mad. If you gave Sam Bankman-Fried a choice, this is quite serious, of living in a $39 million penthouse in the Bahamas without the internet, or the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn with the internet, there's no question in my mind he'd take the jail.
He even thinks that SBF thinks he's innocent.
He genuinely thinks he's innocent. I can tell you his state of mind 4 or 5 months ago. It's like, if you offered me plead guilty and do 6 months of house arrest, I'd still say no.
And then he thinks that Tom Brady...
What's up, guys? I'm here with my boy Sam from FTX. We're at Crypto Bahamas Conference. We're going to start the day. We're going to do some TikToks for you guys.
He thinks that Tom Brady is sad because SBF isn't a great guy.
How did Tom Brady react to this?
The first reaction was very sad. It was sadness. I clearly really liked him, and he really liked the hope that he brought. I mean, a lot of people wanted there to be a Sam. You know, there is still a Sam Bankman-Fried shaped hole in the world that now needs filling. Like, that character would be very useful.
What he represented.
What he wanted to do with the resources. And Brady was, I think, crushed, and I think as time has gone by and he ceased to get a really good explanation about what's happened, I think he's just like, he tricked me. I'm angry. I don't want to have anything to do with it anymore.
By the way, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Daily videos just like this, keeping you informed on the entire cryptocurrency market. If you're interested in making money in cryptocurrency, subscribe to our channel, Daily Videos. Honestly, this man's bad takes on SBF rival that of Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary's takes, like his answer to this on Rand's show.
If SBF knocked on your door again and said, look, I failed in my last venture. I have a new crypto venture. I need money. Would you back him?
That's a great question. No one's asked me yet. I think we can all admit, you can love him or hate him given what's happened, but he was one of the most brilliant traders in the crypto universe. He also built one of the most robust platforms. We used FTX actively. It was a very robust platform that allowed us to get information on a compliant basis. So I really like what he built.
Would you back him?
The answer would be yes.
Seriously, Kevin O'Leary is like the king of all heels.
I'm very fortunate. My deal flow is insane. I see everything. And I have to disclose, I'm a paid spokesperson to FTX and a shareholder there too, because we mentioned them. And big advocate for Sam because he has two parents that are compliance lawyers. If there's ever a place I could be that I'm not going to get in trouble, it's going to be at FTX. So,
and the thing is, we all know that he's just trying to sell a book. He timed his book with the SBF trial. What worries me, again, is when they ask him about the book, he says another reason he's doing this is to influence the jury.
You had so much access to Sam Bankman-Fried writing this book. What ultimately is the purpose here?
I realized I had an ambition for the book. I saw it as a kind of letter to the jury. I mean, there's going to be this trial, and the lawyers are going to tell two stories. And so there's a story war going on in the courtroom, and I think neither one of those stories is as good as the story I have.
The problem is, this guy let SBF fool him and actually make him feel like he's special and he's important. Listen to this. Just listen to this and tell me how hard you cringe listening to this.
By this point, Michael Lewis and Bankman-Fried had a dynamic that went beyond author-subject.
And he started using me as a sounding board.
For what?
For just like decisions he was making. Should I join Elon Musk in buying Twitter? You know, should we do this? Should we do that?
What'd you tell him?
Mostly my answers were no, no, and no. And he would look at me and say, you're a boring grown-up.
We're going to keep you updated on this, the Sam Bankman-Fried trial, and everything cryptocurrency every step of the way. A bull market is approaching. If you're interested in making money in cryptocurrency and staying informed on the market, subscribe to our channel, join our team. Hey, join us at Bitcoin Amsterdam, October 12th and 13th. This is an epic Bitcoin conference. Use code Altcoin Daily, 10% off tickets. Get this ticket or get this ticket. Ticket prices increase as we get closer to the event. So many awesome speakers are being added every single day. Use code Altcoin Daily for 10% off. Hope to see you there.